Hello everyone, we are here today with Kerem Engin, a very talented mortgage broker. How are you today, Kerem?
I'm good, Ruben. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us in
My pleasure.
this adventure.
Yeah, definitely.
Kerem's gonna tell us a little bit about him and about his job. So tell us, how did you start? How did you decide to become a mortgage broker, and why you keep doing it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So after university, or during university rather, I decided that I wanted to be in financial services.
Mhm.
And I started working for a bank. I worked at the bank for a long period of time, and there I decided to specialize in mortgages. So, I wanted to be able to provide more options to clients, and for that
Mhm.
reason, I decided to become a mortgage broker, and now I work with many banks and lenders.
Great, great. And what's your motivation for now?
For sure. So obviously, real estate is a very big part of people's lives. It helps set them up for success financially in the future. I enjoy helping them achieve that, and also I enjoy improving. So, as a mortgage broker, I do like improving myself and getting better at what I do. So that's definitely a motivating factor for me as well.
Nice. Tell me a great experience you had with a client.
So I'd say one of the greatest experiences that I've had with a client was in 2019. It was a first-time home buyer, and they were kind of skeptical in the beginning. They lacked the confidence that they were going to be able to purchase a property. But I helped them. I worked with them for about 6 months, and they got their things together, and they purchased a two-bedroom in Richmond. And I helped this couple again in 2020. They upsized, so they sold that property and they bought a townhouse in Cloverdale, and now they're also planning on purchasing a rental property. So I really enjoy working with my clients again and again. I think it shows that they're on board with real estate and they see the value in it. So I'd say that that's definitely one of my top stories.
Great. That's great. And tell us something that people don't know about you.
I'd say something people don't know about me is that I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've been off the mats for a little bit. I had finger surgery, but I'm looking at getting back into it over the next few months.
What are the greatest challenges that you see in your career?
Great question. I'd say some of the greatest challenges that I see currently is a rising interest rate environment. So that definitely lowers some of the qualification that people have in regards to their mortgages and the homes that they buy. So I'd say that that's one thing, and just the rules and regulations that we have on mortgages and purchasing real estate. Those are things that we can definitely work with, but I would say that they do pose challenges to purchasing real estate.
Okay. It's great that you brought the interest rate up. So when the interest rate goes up, everybody's scared.
Yeah.
Is it still a good time to buy, or is it a good time to buy?
Yeah, I'd say so. The thing is, it's difficult to time the market. So for that reason, waiting on the sidelines, looking to enter at the perfect spot, at the perfect price point is going to be very difficult. And even experts, like, people who do this, economists, like, they also miss on when the market's going to bottom. So we recommend avoiding trying to time the market. What we recommend is get in the market and stay in as long as possible. So for example, if you're going to be purchasing a primary residence as like a property to live in, you're going to stay there for a long time. So for that reason, when you enter doesn't really matter, because you're going to see ups and downs over the next 5 years, 10 years. And the same applies for rental properties too. I mean, if you hold it for a long period of time and you're renting it out, then you shouldn't really be concerned with what the market's doing, because you're going to be planning to stay in there for a long time.
Great. And when the client finds another broker and they come up with a better rate than you gave them, is there anything you can do?
Yeah, definitely. It's a competitive industry. There's a lot of options for consumers out there, the banks, multiple brokers, mobile mortgage specialists, etc. So when competing with other banks on rates, for example, the number one question to ask is the best rate the best thing for the client in this scenario? So sometimes a bank can maybe beat the rate that I offer by 0.05%, but is that the right product? Because some banks and lenders, they have some restrictions on super low rate products. So for that reason, You might not be able to port your mortgage. You might not be able to refinance midterm, and there might be hefty penalties to get out of it. So my focus is really understanding what clients want, and I do ask a lot of questions for that reason, to be able to pinpoint exactly the type of right mortgage for them and go from there. So like I said, the best rate isn't always the best thing for each option and scenario.
Okay. And sometimes we have very difficult clients regarding sometimes they don't have enough down payment, or their income is not super high. How can we fix that, or help them to get into a property?
Yeah, so that's very common actually. So, I work with clients who might not be ready, like you're saying, down payment, credit, income, etc. And this is going to be probably one of the largest purchases that you make or people make. So for that reason, it's good to just take a step back and plan for it. What I do is we assess the situation immediately to see if there's anything that can be done. So for example, if it's regarding down payment, can there be a gift made by the siblings or the parents from immediate family? If it's regarding credit, is there anything that can be paid off to, increase the score and get rid of some monthly liabilities? If those aren't available options at the moment, then we can schedule, like we can be in touch and schedule a plan for the next 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, so that, those things can be checked off, and then like the clients can be ready to purchase.
Okay, great. And I think the last question,
Yeah.
how can the client reach out to you?
Yeah, so I can be reached on 604-355-6148. You can call me or text me.
Great. Thank you very much, Kerem, for joining me today.
My pleasure.
And every time you need to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you're a realtor, you can find me every day at any time, 24/7. Thank you, Kerem.